All right. Hey guys. Welcome to a goal setting call. Myself, Catie, Bristow, we have Bridget, Schoeffel here. And we get to walk you through how to take your newest person through essentially their launch or their goal setting call and really the action steps of getting their business rolling. And so I'll be leading Bridget today. She just signed up. Woo! We're so excited. We're so excited about her business here with Q. And as you guys know, getting to this place of being on a goal setting call, they should have got this PDF in advance. They should have watched a short video so they came prepared with this document filled out, which there's more to it. There it is.
Yeah.
They brought this document filled out. And that way you guys can get to the action steps faster while also kind of checking a few boxes as you set it up. So Bridget, do you have your PDF with you or do you have a notepad and pen?
Yes,
Okay, perfect. And you watched the video?
I did.
Awesome. So exciting. So we're going to walk through this together. I mean, this is going to be a key to getting your business off the ground. The first part I do want to kind of highlight, and I will kind of zoom back in on, is just the top. It's a little bit of housekeeping. This is, a few important pieces. The first one is, are you active with 100 PV of product? Yes.
Yeah, I placed my order when I signed up. I did my 100-point order.
Perfect. Did you set up your auto ship by chance?
Yeah, I have a question for you about that though, because I just went ahead and set up an auto ship with everything that I already just ordered. But if I want to change that, can I, or what do I even do?
Yeah, absolutely. It's super easy to edit your auto ship, set up your auto ship. We actually have a tutorial video that we could send you to show you kind of screen share everything that you need to click. So yeah, you can change out your products.
Okay.
The key to your auto ship, especially as you start accumulating rewards, is not just delete it and start a fresh one. You don't want your Q rewards to kind of just wash out. So yeah, glad you got the auto ship set up. And kind of a little note for those of you guys watching this video, this is kind of like a key piece of your retention piece in your business that you want. If they don't have it set up, you're going to get them that recording and you're going to have them send you a screenshot that day of their auto ship set up for next month. Like, this is huge in retaining your business. So auto ships. And then the second piece, and so Bridget, this won't make a whole lot of sense to you right now because you're just getting started, but we have a culture here within our team to have our auto ships run the 1st through the 5th, even though you just enrolled with us here at the end of the month. And that's because not only do you want product in your hands to be able to use as tools, but you want your auto ship to run early so you're active for commission, so you can be getting your weekly bonuses as a new ambassador or your weekly paychecks. So that's going to be just something you're going to hear over and over again, and you're going to see the value as your team grows of old business running early in the month. So any questions on that?
Well, so you want me to move my auto ship to the 1st to the 5th?
Yes.
I'm not going to need the product that I just ordered on auto ship. Like, I was told that my Q core was going to last me 30 days. So why do I want it? Like, I'm not going to need it till the end of the month. So.
And I totally get what you're saying, but you're going to want to get some of these products into your network. You're going to want to share with your friends. This is actually going to be a part of the tool of getting your business launched and getting people experiencing what you have, giving them or having them give you their feedback. So having your auto ship run early in the month is just going to mean you're going to have more product on hand to not only consume for yourself to get your strong product story, but also be able to have tools to grow. So,
okay. So do you think that I should maybe add like different things to my auto ship then that could be better for, since I got my Q core today and 1st through the 5th is just like a week away, should I do like a different auto ship or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the twist is a great one to sample, the sport, protein drink sprays, like anything that you didn't get added in. The hemp products are great. Anything that you can tangibly give someone, easy to share. Totally.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. That makes sense.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm excited to help you really get this rolling. Now, the biggest part about what's going to ensure your success comes down to these few things, and it seems simple, but this is really what makes it work. It comes down to your work ethic, your desire, your commitment, and your ability to be coachable. Um, and so we like to kind of like preface that as we jump in. I already know you are because you've done all your homework, you've done all the important things. But with that being said, what were you able to kind of dream up in that why, your reason for doing Q?
So my why is hard for me because I think a lot of the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to feel like I have just more of like a mark on the world, if you will. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband takes care of our household. So money isn't technically a need, but the need is for me as a person to just feel like I'm doing something that has like a need. I mean, raising my kids are great, but I think about when are the kids going to be gone and what am I going to do later? And so for me, like I still have this part of me that wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and I always want that first, but I also want to grow something really big for my family down the road, you know, that my kids and my husband are proud of. So really that's a lot for me. It's like it's community and knowing that I could do something bigger for my household later on. Does that make sense? It's more kind of like a heart pulling, like this is for me. Sounds horrible to say it, but it's like it's for me as a stay-at-home mom.
No, I love that. I love that. There's so many reasons why people do this business. Sometimes it is a very clear financial goal. Sometimes it is more of like a purpose type of goal. And for those of you guys watching this call, like this is kind of like your time to kind of assess what's going to motivate and drive your person. So if they are talking about purpose and community and relationships, like you want to make sure that you're plugging them in to those things, the team huddles, doing power hours, working side by side. You know, if they're talking about needing income, guess what you need to do? You need to get them a paycheck as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So the why is going to really give you a deeper connection, but also you have a direct kind of roadmap of what we need to create for this person to stick around for the long haul. So cool. And then I understand you have a very strong, purpose focus in this business, but I mean, do the finances make a difference at all? I mean,
yeah, no. And I mean, it feels yucky to say it, but I want to make big money though, too. Like prior to having kids and being a stay-at-home mom, I was corporate America. We owned our own businesses. Like I did some big stuff, which is part of why being a stay-at-home mom, even though I've always wanted that to be a big focus, it's like I want to be my mom, but I want to be my dad. So, I mean, I look through a lot of the financial things here and I see like platinum, emerald, ruby, like, I mean, it's great to get to those other levels, but I'm not here to make $150 extra a month. Like if I see this as the potential to still be a stay-at-home mom, but I could make 15 grand or 15 grand a month and beyond, So yeah.
perfect.
It feels uncomfortable to say that because I don't want to be like money hungry, but I also know that you could make good money here.
Heck yeah. No, that's huge. And I mean, I can relate to that. And the reason why I just said that, guys, if you're watching this video, is you want to relate to your person. I mean, if they're talking about the big money, like relate to, oh man, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. It's so cool to have a vehicle to create that. I can't wait to show you how that all works. Like give them confidence in why you can help them do exactly what they want to do. So once we've really nailed down that why piece, and sometimes, we do have to kind of dig in and ask some good questions to have something very specific, something measurable. A couple things I do like to ask people is, what are you going to do with your first $500, on a small scale? And, if this had to take off as a dream, like, well, how different would your life look? I mean, would you be spending your time differently? Would you have a different career? Would you be living in a different location? All those types of things. I like to spend like maybe just a few minutes. We could easily spend like half hour on that.
Yeah.
But to really get into the action is key. So as we move into this goal setting piece, Bridget, I'm excited. I know you talked about the big money, but I'm excited to show you where it all starts and how you go to platinum. It starts with going builder.
Okay.
So A is finding your first 2 ambassadors. These are people who want to do the business and who are going to link arms with you as far as, should I say, not just link arms with you, but they're personally enrolling through your website. And that means they're personally sponsored by you. So you're going to bring in 2 business partners who are going to be active for commissions. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to find those 2. So I always like to emphasize that here so people don't get stressed out. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to find these 2, because customers, or should I say customers are inevitable, but ambassadors are going to unlock these bonuses. We always want to emphasize that these bonuses are time sensitive. So Bridget, once you have your 2 and your business grows to 300, you're going to make $50 and $100 bonus. That $100 bonus is going to expire after your first full calendar month. So you just enrolled today. You have 2 weeks left in this month. So you have the next 2 weeks plus next month to get Builder Pro Executive.
Okay.
So they're time sensitive. But once your business grows from 300 to 600, now you're going to get a pay raise. You're going to get a $100 plus another $100 bonus, which is $300. And then executive, we want to make sure we don't leave any money on the table. To get into executive, I mean, most people don't really need more than 30 days. You have a couple weeks extra, but 1,500 is our magic number. Don't be overwhelmed with how we're going to get there, but that's going to give you another pay raise, $250 plus another 300 in bonuses. So total of $750, which is pretty sweet. So do you have questions?
I could do that in my first month?
Yeah, or faster.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no time clock to this other than I just don't want you to leave money on the table.
Okay.
That $500 between Builder, Pro, and Executive will expire at the end of next month.
Okay.
And I know we talked a little bit in your why, see the potential, the big money is really what motivates you and drives you here and that big purpose. But kind of looking at see the potential, which one of these at a minimum is going to start making impact for you personally?
I think I'd be excited about the bronze. I like a comma paycheck. I get what you're saying about the building blocks, but I'm going to be excited once I hit bronze. Like, okay, this is working.
Perfect. And the coolest part, and guys, I always say this part, especially once we're talking about see the potential, the cheat sheet to our comp plan is cover 2 zeros, and they'll tell you roughly how many people are connected to your business. And so bronze is about 100 people. Not a whole lot when you start about things growing with you and away from you. And so like you bring on 2, they bring on 2, those people bring on 2, networking to 100 people is not a crazy lofty goal. So by getting you to executive in your first 30 days, so you know how to help that next person do what you've done is going to be key to that. So perfect. So any questions on the goal setting piece before we get into the good stuff?
No.
Okay. So on the video, we were able to talk about building your list. So were you able to identify your top 20 who you wanted to share this with first?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm glad you were able to do that ahead of time. That, guys, right there is the goal for someone to come with 20 names. Sometimes they don't have all 20 filled out. Sometimes they have more. Sometimes they have 1, or maybe they didn't do it. So to take the guesswork out and just the time of someone being like, oh, well, I have to really think about this, the question I ask is, how do you communicate with people the most? Is it phone call? Is it text message? Or is it social media? And then, even if they're on their phone, I ask them to open up, if it's text message, I ask them to open up their text messages and literally just start at the last person they messaged and all the way down the last 20 people they spoke to. And if they have less than 20 on that, then I'll say, okay, let's open your phone call log, and then let's open your social media. Because we just want people to get into action and get through the fear of it with people that they're comfortable talking to and having conversations with. And so, awesome, Bridget. I'm so glad you have your list already done. And so I'll tell you exactly what we're going to lead each person through in launching your business, having a grand opening, letting people know what you're open for business for. And this is really how it's going to work. You're sitting here at your new business orientation. Our one and only job right now today is to take your 20 and pique their interest and invite them to one of your grand opening events so they can be exposed to this information. We're not here to sell them anything or ask them to join anything. We just want them to be aware of what your business is, what it's open for business for, and what you have to offer. So we want them to be exposed. Once we're done with that exposure, we're going to be able to connect offline as a group, and I'll teach you how to do that once we share. But we're going to be able to connect offline, quickly sort what they liked. Hey, Bob, I know, thanks for hopping on. What caught your eye the most? Maybe it's products, maybe it's business, maybe it's both. Maybe it's a referral and a high five and saying, go get him, Bridget. And that's okay, because the people who are liking the business or the products always have questions. We get those questions answered as a group. You don't need to know everything. You're going to learn a lot while we get to work together. And then when they're ready and they have no questions and they have confidence in what we have, they'll pretty much enroll themselves. They'll say, okay, how do I do this? So then they get started. And if they're a business partner, we get them right where you're at right now. So simple. Do you have any questions on that system? Okay. This is
far.
Okay. Our one and only job right now is to set up a couple events.
Okay.
So my question is,
can the events be online?
What do you mean online?
Well, I don't nobody's going to come to a home party at my house right now.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be the easiest anyway, because since we're going to be inviting for your event together right now, we're going to want to set these events within the next 24 to 48 hours. Because if we were thinking 3 days from now, no one even knows what they're doing. And if they do think they're available, no one's going to show up. Okay. So it sounds crazy, but
I trust you.
But we're going to do events. So what is your schedule like? And guys, if we're doing this goal setting call in the morning, I'll ask them what they're doing that night. If we're doing the goal setting call at night, I'll see what they're doing tomorrow. Most people will pick an evening time because that's when most people are available. But some people have a network who maybe works from home or is home with their kids, and there might be a call in the middle of the day. So Bridget, what's your schedule like tomorrow night? Are evenings, you think, going to be best for your people that you wrote down? Your
evenings on the weeknights. Otherwise, mornings on Sunday, not Saturday, because a lot of my friends have kids that play softball and sports, and they're all starting back up right now. And I'm seeing on social media, everyone's at the softball field. So I honestly feel like evenings in the week would be better than a weekend even.
Okay.
Because of what they do.
Perfect. Well, it's Tuesday right now. So we're going to plan for something tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, honestly, Friday, if it wasn't a pandemic, probably Friday wouldn't work, but yeah.
So as we're picking events, I have my calendar right here. And if for example, you're doing a goal setting call and maybe you're not super comfortable doing a QIQ and you're working to learn how to present, know when who you're working closely with when they're most available. Maybe even call them at this point and be able to confirm that those times are available. But you guys are setting times. So Bridget, so tomorrow, what are you thinking, like 7 o'clock, 7:30, earlier, later?
7:30. I think earlier people are doing dinner and like, bed. I mean, some of my kids have like school age kids, some of them have high school kids, which doesn't matter. But I'm thinking like with dinner and stuff, so like maybe 7:30.
Okay, so let's do 7:30 tomorrow night. And then how about we plan for the same time Thursday at 7:30. So we have different days. Okay, great.
Yeah.
2 days. Now I know there's a spot for a third event. We'll fill that in later. But guys, if those of you watching this call, you want to set at least a minimum of one, ideally 2. The third, we can kind of write in there video recording. That's going to be another tool to be able to share so we can expose and sort people's interests for those who can't make those times work. So awesome. So we have 7:30 on Wednesday. We have 7:30 on Thursday as your 2 events, and they're going to be over Zoom. So online event, we'll keep it simple. So Bridget, who's the first person at the top of your list? Like who's number 1?
My sister.
Perfect. And how do you communicate with your sister? Phone call, text, social media?
Inappropriate texts.
Well, we're classy. Awesome. So in the invite, we want to start by making sure they're available. The way I like to say it is we want to qualify their time. We're not going to invite them to a party that we know that they're not even available to attend. And so Bridget, this is the first message you're going to send out to your sister. And however you greet her, hey sis, hey, whatever inappropriate name you want to call her. Hey sis, what are you doing tomorrow night at 7:30? Are you free for 20 minutes? So you're going to send that message right now.
Wait, you said what? Say what again?
So your first message, you're going to greet her. You're going to say, hey, sis. And you can even add this part. I know this is random. What are you doing tomorrow night at 7:30? Are you free for 20 minutes?
It probably wouldn't be random. So I'm just going to see if she's free tomorrow.
Perfect.
So for 20 minutes?
Yeah, for 30 minutes.
Hey, yo, are you free tomorrow night for 20 minutes?
Awesome. Perfect.
Okay.
So then the next person.
So, but now what do I do with her?
So we're going to leave it. We're going to actually get all of your messages out. And so that way we're not kind of like bouncing around between conversations. And so we're going to reach out the first messages out. And then based on what people say, we'll kind of filter back together and get the next message out. So who's the next person on your list?
My old friend from college, but friend from college, we're still in contact.
Perfect. So yeah, how do you communicate with her? Text, phone call, social media?
Text or social. When we communicate text, that we message a lot off of each other's posts. But if I want to talk to her, I text her.
Okay. So we're going to shoot her a text. So you can either, if you voice text her, if you like send her a message, but we're going to ask her the same thing. Like, hey, however you greet her, what are you doing tomorrow night at 7:30? Are you free for 20 minutes?
I would normally voice text her. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Hey, quick question for you. Are you busy tomorrow night? Are you by any chance free for like 20 minutes? Good.
Perfect. So we work together through getting that first message out to everyone. Bridget may go, oh my gosh, my sister just wrote me back. Guess what? Timeout, don't open it, don't respond. We're going to get through all the 20. the reach outs, because your goal on the goal setting call is to help them get a win by helping them get as many confirmations as possible. And if you only get through 5 invites because you're kind of like navigating the conversation, they will very well likely not even invite 10 through, 6 through 20 to the call, especially if you're not doing it side by side. So get all the messages out, and then and granted, the people that they write down are usually people that they have warm relationships with, they're comfortable with. If it is someone that maybe isn't someone they've talked to in a while, I usually will just say, let's just shake a hand and build some rapport and just see how things are going. Like, catch up, even if it's just a couple points of conversation of building rapport, see how the family's doing, see what they're up to, versus like popping out of the blue because you haven't spoke to them in 6 to 12 months. So once you've made all those messages out, hey, Bridget, I know your sister wrote you back. What was her response? What did she say?
She said, seriously, what are you doing?
Perfect. So this is what we're going to respond to her with. So, and there's a couple ways that we can kind of say this. There's not like a right or wrong, but we're going to be able to say, because she asked, what are you doing? We're going to say, hey, I'm working on a project, or you could say I'm working on a business. However, whichever one feels more comfortable to you. I'm working on a project, I'm working on a business, and it's allowing me to, we're going to fill in the blank with your why. And I would love for you to get your eyes on it and tell me what you think. Okay. So I'll say that again. Hey, I'm actually working on a project. I'm working on a business. It's allowing me to have purpose outside the home, with my young kids. It's allowing me to create new opportunities for our family. It's allowing me to fill in the blank. And I would love for you to get your eyes on it and tell me what you think.
Okay.
So you can either, if you voice text her, you can say that to her. Yeah. Or if you want to maybe say it to me and kind of like not feel like flustered, because it's kind of like a new set.
So I'll tell you, because I always voice text. Like if I text her, she'll think I'm weird.
Okay. Perfect.
So based off what you said, say, well, seriously, I'm working on something. Actually, I started something I didn't even tell you about, but you know how much I struggle with being a stay-at-home mom, even though I love it and wishing I had more. I found something that is kind of doing that for me. So I just want you as my girl to like support me and take a look, and just want to share it with you.
Perfect. If that feels, it's pretty much the same message. If that feels like you, we don't want your friends, your family to make you think you sound like a robot or make you sound different. So if that's how you talk to her, that sounds great. Yeah, let's voice text that.
Okay. No, so seriously, I didn't tell you this yet, but I've been working on a project for a little bit now. I know I've told you for a while now how much I'm struggling as a stay-at-home mom, happy, but just wishing I had like a bigger purpose. So I just kind of found something that's doing that for me. So I just wanted to share it with you. So just do me a solid and hop on, right? You're free, right? I want to invite you to my thing.
You did it, girl. I love it. And then we go to the next person.
When she says, what do I send her next? Now what?
So we'll see what she says, but okay. Very well likely, the person's going to come back with sure, maybe they'll ask a few more questions. If they ask more questions, that's when I like to come back around and just say, hey, look, I wish I had all the time in the world to tell you right now. I just don't. So that's why I would love for you to join me tomorrow on a quick Zoom so you can really get your eyes on it, have your support, have your opinion, you mean the world to me. And so, yeah, you'll get to see everything tomorrow.
Okay.
And so that's usually, anything around time, not having time right now is a great way to not get, like, I like to say, open a can of questions to where now they're wanting to know everything. And next thing you know, you've told them everything about
I did that before in a previous company. And it's funny because when I was making my list the other night, I was scrolling through my Facebook Messenger and I was going through things where I just said so much stuff. And I now am thinking, maybe that's why I didn't succeed.
Very well likely. Please never send a message like that ever again.
I had to like scroll for days. So I appreciate your help, Catie.
You're welcome. Yeah. Anytime I find myself wanting to send too much information, I usually proofread and I go, we should probably like that. And honestly, Bridget, if you are kind of like getting into these conversations and someone's like asking you a ton of questions after we get off our call, screenshot it, send it to me, or send it to someone in your support team and go, hey, this is what they said. What do you suggest?
Seriously, I could do that with you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, so we got all those messages out, and now we're literally going person by person and we're making that second invite out. And so we're, as far as a resource, in addition to this call, just a few different, because you heard I said one thing, Bridget said another. If I'm coaching someone to say something, I usually want them to say something roughly to what I said, because I can't even tell you how many times I'll tell someone verbatim what to say, and all of a sudden they're adding in things like opportunity, products, business, and just like a bunch of things that we really don't need people to know right now, because we don't want a reason for someone to have their walls up and not come on a call, where really the whole intention is for them to love and support their friend, love and support their family member by literally knowing what they're doing. So just as far as that goes, just kind of know that people kind of have a tendency to like, oh yeah, and then they're writing something else. So I even say, hey, read back to me what you just wrote before you send that first message. But we are literally helping people get wins, because like Bridget sent out that message to her sister will likely go, oh yeah, sure, great. What do I need to do? Make sure they know how to get on Zoom. And then they're starting to basically create their RSVP list. They're going to have their column of yes. They're going to have their maybes. They're going to have their no's. And if someone is a no, the question is, or even a maybe, we say, okay, well, when are you most available? So you can make a little note of when they are most available to maybe set up another call with your team. Or maybe they're just so crazy slammed busy. That's when you can say, hey, look, I know that, your support means a lot. What if I sent you a recording for you to take a look at? There's definitely a skill in how you send the recording and scheduling that follow-up and everything, but that is going to be a tool and a resource to help your team get the information out early on, versus like taking 30, 60, 90 days to track down someone to finally have them get their eyes on this. We want to do this in their first week, essentially, within their first 7 days. So that way we have enough eyes on the information so we can help them connect, sort interest. And with at least 20 people taking a look at this, it's a numbers game, guys. People will find their two. People will promote to Builder. And then as they help their people get the ball rolling, that's where the pro, the executive, and everything kind of grows from. So yeah, so Bridget, you have, we got 6 people confirmed for your call. I'm so excited for you. Do you feel confident with that invite?
I think I do. I think I like the idea of just being able to see if they're, so if I say that they're, if I ask them if they're available and they say they're not, and then I say the second date, because we've got tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday. What if they aren't available for the second one? Like, and then like my cousin just replied and said, why, what's up? Are you okay? Like, what do I do after the second time they are not available that time too?
That's when I would say that
with what to say, but like if I've tried a couple times and they're not available and I keep like, what do I do next?
Yeah. So if you say, hey, are you free tomorrow at 7:30? They're like, no, I'm not. okay, what about Thursday at that time? Are you free? They're probably going to be like, what's up? Like, what's
Right. That's what my cousin's like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Hold on, let me ask my friend what I'm doing.
Yeah, so that's when you pretty much say what you said to your sister as your second message, where you're like, hey, look, I'm working on a project. It's allowing me to do XYZ. And maybe you haven't shared with your cousin that you're not feeling fulfilled, just being at home with the kids. So maybe that little bit of that reason is going to be tailored a little bit to each person based on who they are and what they know about you.
Okay, so I should share that and then see when they're available, or offer a recording, or either one's fine.
So I would send them that message that, it's basically like, it's allowing me to do this. I would love for you to get your eyes on it and tell me what you think. So
Okay.
and then this is the key to the question. I say, well, when are you most available? Live is always going to be better because you're going to be able to make a connection. Recordings like last resort. So if they are like, man, I'm just slammed, I barely have time to even breathe, that's when you can offer the recording. But if they do have some availability and they're like, hey, actually, Friday afternoon, I don't have a whole lot going on, connect with your support team, connect with your leaders who are helping do the QIQs. If you're doing the QIQs, if you're available, and just see if there is something that can be thrown together, even a small intimate QIQ, or something along those lines, an appointment of some sort to be able to sit down and share. So,
okay.
So yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's see here. And then honestly, guys, the rest of the launch document, and Bridget, this was something you got in your welcome email. Fill it in. A lot of this is sitting in your inbox right now.
I filled it all out. But what's the hyper wallet? What's that mean?
So that's where Q's gonna pay you.
Oh,
so
okay.
you want to follow those instructions in your welcome email to get that set up, because that's where
Okay.
you're paid into. Explore your tools, download the app. Since I brought you into the business, I will make sure that you're added to the Q News, the team page, and any sort of group chat, our team chats.
I saw that, and I was accepted, and I played around, and the app has been huge. Like, I've watched all sorts of stuff about the product. I had no idea we had a product that helps with hormones. That's crazy. So yeah. Thanks for sending me that, because I've learned a lot about just what we have by just looking at the app itself.
Oh yeah, no, the app's such a good tool, and you'll even see how we follow up, how we can share things from there. So you'll learn even more about the app as we're working hand in hand. As far as like the VP of Sales Equity Council, those are some of our leaders on our team who represent us on a corporate side. And so depending on like who is your VP of Sales and Equity Council, which is now called Advisory Board and Equity Council, just give them the correct names of who those people are. And then the financial freedom movement, if we didn't touch on it in the why, because if someone's talking about debt, savings, retirement, I will skip down to this and say, hey, you need to send this email out today. Let them know you're new to Q, you want to have and start this conversation. Otherwise, once we get to this bottom piece, I'll just say, hey, look, send this email out. If you are international, know that we'll be doing more like group style training as the FFM, the Financial Freedom Movement, opens in those countries. But if you are in the US, set up your first appointment. It's free. Follow them on Instagram, because this is actually what's going to probably make the biggest impact for you and your family, is this resource right here, aside from the products and the income. So yeah, Bridget, I can't wait to see what your FFM story is. I mean, I have people joining my team just for that right there. So yeah, so great. Well, guys, that wraps up a goal setting call.
And I just want to reiterate one thing. You guys as leaders, you guys who have ambassadors that are joining, do this action over and over and over again. Because once you get off of this call, like Catie just did, you know why Katie's doing so well? She holds the hand of the ambassador she brings on and continues these actions. Who are you inviting? Who's on your list? Who do you have getting on? Okay, let's follow up. hey, let's do another event. Who are you going to invite? Who are you following up with? What did they say? What's our follow-up? Over and over again until they get to the goal that they want to get to, or at least they say, Catie, get it. I got it. I'm silver. I'm going for bronze. I don't need you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing that we need to let everybody know, those of you that are leaders stepping up to watch this right now, is it's great to launch someone, but the sweet sauce in launching someone is doing these little things. Help people invite, help people follow up, and do it over and over again. That is the sweet spot, because most people don't know how to do an invite or a follow up. And so Catie broke that down beautifully. And she's doing this video for a reason, because she does this time and time again with her personal recruits. And that's why they are ranking up. They're coachable, first off, and then she's holding their hand all the way till they're ranked. So I just want to add that little plug in for you, my little firecracker.
Well, thanks, B. But on that note, guys, when you do this early on, and so for example, say, you know, Bridget enrolls someone and she brings in her sister as an ambassador. Now Bridget's going to be watching me launch her sister, and she's taking notes. So she's watching the action. And I'm not even kidding you. Once she's watched it 2, maybe 3 times, you can hand it over to her and she will likely do exactly what you've done. And I've seen it. I've seen executives launch their newest people, not even elites yet, helping their people with their follow-ups, with their invites, getting wins, because slow in this business really is fast. So I'm excited.
Yeah, when someone holds your hand to do the basics and you feel empowered, you can quickly turn around and pay that forward fast. So huge.
All right, guys, let's go crush it.